Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Campaigning for assembly elections in Rajasthan and Telangana to end tomorrow. In Jammu and Kashmir, over 75% polling witnessed in the 7th phase of Panchayat polls. Middleman in Augusta Westland scam Christian Michel to be extradited to India. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley says 60,000 crore rupees to be spent on MG Narega this year. India and UAE sign agreement on currency swap and a memorandum of understanding for development cooperation in Africa. And in Men's Hockey World Cup, Australia beat England by 3-0. Match between Ireland and China ends in a draw. Campaigning for assembly elections is in its final stage in Rajasthan and Telangana. Tomorrow is the last day for electioneering. Polling in both the states will be held on Friday. In Rajasthan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Congress President Rahul Gandhi today addressed public meetings in favour of their party's candidates. Addressing a political rally in Jaipur this evening, Mr. Modi alleged it is due to the working style of the Congress that Rajasthan had to stand in Bimaru state category.
65 साल में इतनी सरकारें आकर के गई, दिल्ली में 4-4 पीढ़ी बैठी, लेकिन राजस्थान में कुल 11 मेडिकल कॉलेज बनी और वसुंधरा जी ने 5 साल में 11 मेडिकल कॉलेज बनाई। जो काम वसुंधरा जी ने 5 साल में किया, इतना काम करने के लिए कांग्रेस को 65 साल लगते हैं।
Congress President Rahul Gandhi addressed 3 public meetings in the state today. He alleged that Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje did not give time to the common people. He assured that food processing industry will be developed in the state if the Congress comes to power.
हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, हर ब्लॉक में हम फूड प्रोसेसिंग का प्लांट लगाएंगे। जहां आप आलू उगाते हो, वहां आलू के चिप्स की फैक्ट्री, जहां टमाटर उगाते हो, वहां केचप की फैक्ट्री, जहां सोयाबीन उगाया जाता है, वहां पे सोयाबीन के तेल की फैक्ट्री। हम पूरा जाल बिछा देंगे राजस्थान में फूड प्रोसेसिंग फैक्ट्री।
Our correspondent has filed this report.
Just before one day of winding up the election campaign, more than 50 political rallies of senior leaders have been organized by political parties across the state. Besides Prime Minister Narendra Modi, BJP leaders Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari, Vasundhara Raje, Rajyavardhan Rathod and Prakash Javadekar held campaign for the party. Along with Congress President Rahul Gandhi, Sachin Pilot, Ashok Gehlot and Digvijay Singh addressed public rallies. Leader of Samajwadi Party, Akhilesh Yadav addressed public rally in Bharatpur. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
In Telangana, senior BJP leaders including Smriti Irani, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis are campaigning in the state. Meanwhile, Congress State Working President and Kodangal Congress candidate Revant Reddy have been released from preventive custody. Our correspondent has details.
As the electioneering approaches for a closure, the political temperature is also reaching heights in Telangana. Complaints and counter-complaints by TRS and Congress candidates in Kodangal led to preventive arrest of Congress Working President Revant Reddy this morning. The Congress moved the High Court, stating that it is highly illegal to detain a candidate by barging into his house on issuing a call to people to protest the public meeting of TRS Chief Chandrasekhar Rao. The TRS chief addressed 5 public meetings including Gadwal. On the other hand, BJP senior leader Smriti Irani has undertaken whirlwind tour addressing election meetings at Ramagundam, Dichpalli and Mankundur. She alleged that the TRS government failed to take up the central government programs. Lakshmi, AIR News, Hyderabad.
In Jammu and Kashmir, over 75% polling was witnessed across the state in the 7th phase of Panchayat polls held today. Chief Electoral Officer, Jammu and Kashmir, Shaleen Kabra, said 84.8% polling was witnessed in Jammu Division and 30.3% in Kashmir Division. More from our correspondent.
Riyasi district recorded highest 86.7% polling, followed by 86.6% in Poonch district today. Samba recorded 85.5% polling, followed by 84% in Rajouri district. In Jammu district, 83.7% electorate exercised their franchise in the 7th phase today, while 83% votes were polled in Ramban district. In Kashmir Valley, maximum 45% votes were polled in frontier district of Kupwara district, followed by nearly 31% votes in Ganderbal district. 8th phase of Panchayat polls will be held on December 8th. R.K. Rana, AR News, Jammu.
In Assam, the stage is set for the first phase of Panchayat polls to be held tomorrow. 16 districts of the state will go to polls to elect Anchalik Panchayat, Zilla Parishad and Gram Panchayat members and presidents. A total of 43,515 candidates are in the fray in the first phase. The run-up to the first phase of polling had witnessed high-pitched campaigning from all political parties. The ruling BJP and its ally Ahom Gana Parishad are contesting the Panchayat polls independently. The second phase of polling will be held on the 9th of this month. Counting will be held on the 12th of December. President Ramnath Kovind will pay a 5-day state visit to Myanmar from the 10th of this month. During the visit, the President will visit Naypyidaw and Yangon and will interact with his host, President U Win Min, and State Councillor Daw Aung San Suu Kyi. The Ministry of External Affairs said through this visit, the President will reaffirm India's commitment to developing its important partnership with Myanmar. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu flagged off the direct flight service between Vijayawada and Singapore at the Vijayawada International Airport this evening. Mr. Naidu said the inauguration of the new international flight from Vijayawada city to Singapore would further enhance its connectivity as also its business and tourism potential. He also observed that the aviation sector not only plays a key role in promoting connectivity and creating jobs, but is also an important driver of the economy. Christian James Michel, a British middleman wanted by Indian investigative agencies in connection with the AgustaWestland VVIP chopper scam, is being extradited to India. Sources who are in the know of the case confirmed the development after the Court of Appeal last month upheld a lower court order which said that Michel could be extradited. He was kept under detention. Michel is accused of acting as a middleman, organizing bribes in exchange for a contract for VVIP helicopters. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley today said about 60,000 crore rupees would be spent on Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, MGNREGA, this year. He said the NDA government has pumped in resources into the rural areas, which has improved the infrastructure and quality of life of people. In a Facebook post, Mr. Jaitley said if this level of investment with its annual increase is continued for at least the next 2 decades, India will be close to providing a quality of life and infrastructure which is more like urban areas. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, has issued notice to the government of Uttar Pradesh over the reported killing of 2 persons, including a police officer, in the violent agitation over alleged cow slaughter in Bulandshahr district. Taking suo motu cognizance of media reports, the Commission issued notices to the Chief Secretary and Director General of Police of the state and has sought reports within 4 weeks. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. India and the UAE today signed an agreement on currency swap. The 2 countries also signed a Memorandum of Understanding for Development Cooperation in Africa. The documents were signed after the 12th session of the India-UAE Joint Commission meeting for Economic and Technical Cooperation. The meeting was jointly chaired by External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and her UAE counterpart Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan in Abu Dhabi today. More from our correspondent.
The MOU will focus on third country projects beginning with Africa under the South-South cooperation model, the minister said. India and UAE will collaborate to set up an IT excellence center in Ethiopia, riding on Delhi's expertise and UAE funds in the Eastern African country. The second was the agreement on Indian rupee and UAE dirham currency swap between the Central Bank of UAE and the Reserve Bank of India. Sushma Swaraj and Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed also attended the unveiling of the plans for Gandhi Zayed Digital Exhibition in Abu Dhabi. Kanchan Prasad, AIR News from Abu Dhabi.
India and the US have agreed to further strengthen bilateral defense cooperation. Defense Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who is on a visit to the US, discussed with her American counterpart James N. Mattis the growing partnership between India and the US in the field of defense. They also exchanged views on a broad range of bilateral and international issues of mutual interest. India and China today exchanged views on regional and international issues of common interest. Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale and Vice Foreign Minister of China Kong Xuanyu held consultations in New Delhi today. The two sides reviewed the progress made in India-China bilateral relations since the informal summit between Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping in April this year. Union Home Secretary Rajiv Gauba has said the objective of creating a simple visa regime is to facilitate arrival and stay of foreign travellers in the country. He was addressing a conference on streamlining of India's visa regime in New Delhi today. Mr. Gauba highlighted various policy initiatives taken to liberalize the visa regime. Mr. Gauba said e-visa facility now covers 166 countries and foreigners can obtain online visa within 72 hours for travel related to tourism, business, health and conference purposes. He said the number of e-visas issued has seen a tremendous growth during the last 4 years from 5.17 lakhs in 2015 to 21 lakhs this year. Mr. Gauba said that the American tourist who was killed in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands had knowingly flouted the regulations in the area.
He was very well aware of the restrictions and the regulations. He knowingly flouted the regulations issued by the Ministry of Environment and Forest, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Both those permissions were required. Not just a foreigner, even an Indian cannot go to that island. So that episode has nothing to do with the liberalization of the RAP regime.
Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale has said India and Bhutan are working on improving connectivity for better trade and economic relations. He was addressing a conference on India-Bhutan relations, The Road Ahead, in New Delhi today. He said India and Bhutan are working on a number of ongoing planned projects which will be beneficial for both the nations. Prasar Bharati Chairman A. Surya Prakash today said every television channel should act like a public service broadcaster in accommodating views and aspirations of underprivileged sections of society. He was addressing the gathering at a book release function in New Delhi this evening. Mr. Prakash said a part of the broadcast time of every television channel should be devoted to airing programs beneficial to the marginalized sections of society. The Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas today clarified that there is no proposal to alter the DBT mechanism to transfer subsidy to domestic LPG consumers. The ministry has denied reports in sections of the media that the government may revert to the earlier system of supplying subsidized refills to domestic LPG consumers in place of the current scheme. Currently, cash subsidy is transferred into the bank account of LPG consumers under the PEHEL scheme. In the Men's Hockey World Cup, two-time defending champions Australia beat England by a comfortable 3-0 margin at the Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar. Australia will play China in their last pool match on Friday, while England will be up against neighbours Ireland. In the second match, Ireland and China played out a 1-1 draw. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Campaigning for assembly elections in Rajasthan and Telangana to end tomorrow. In Jammu and Kashmir, over 75% polling witnessed in the 7th phase of Panchayat polls. Middleman in Augusta Westland scam Christian Michel to be extradited to India. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley says 60,000 crore rupees to be spent on MG Narega this year. India and the UAE sign agreement on currency swap and a memorandum of understanding for development cooperation in Africa. And in Men's Hockey World Cup, Australia beat England by 3-0. Match between Ireland and China ends in a draw. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.